Okay, it's a hat day. Hello, my friends. It is Emma, me. I'm once again sitting in the kitchen. It is snowing outside and I am cozied up indoors. Ooh, I should make a cup of tea. And today I'm going to be talking about some things that I do, some tips and tricks that I have in staying productive and staying creative while very, very busy. I often mention that I really need to stay creative at all times. If I'm not journaling or writing or making videos or taking pictures, I really don't quite feel myself. And so a lot of you have often asked, how do I do this? The tea's boiling. That's what that noise is. Hurrah, tea. A lot of you have asked me, because I said that I have to be staying creative, how do I do this when life is really busy? If you're a student, if you have a job that you have to go to every single day, when it's Christmas time and there's a bajillion things to get done. So I thought that I would talk today about some of my little tips and tricks, how I stay productive and how I stay creative. Because to me, obviously the two go hand in hand as I make videos and run social media accounts and do all that fun stuff. First of all, I do want to talk a little bit about my mindset about productivity, because for me, being productive is literally a form of self-care. That's what I mean when I talk about the fact that I have to stay creating and I have to stay productive in order to be in like my best mental state. Because I prioritize what makes me feel happy and makes me feel brighter and makes me feel more myself, that means that I prioritize being productive. Even when I'm really busy, even when I'm traveling, even when I want to go have fun with friends. I try to find a balance because I know that being productive is what makes me feel happy and brighter. For example, reading, taking pictures, making videos, journaling. Doing those things are really important to me even when I am super busy, and so I have some tips and tricks and things that I do in order to help me feel like I'm being productive. For me recently, what has been making me busy is travel and YouTube work stuff, not really the creative side of YouTube, but the business side of YouTube that you guys don't really see. I've just had an especially busy time for November and December. But whatever it is that makes you busy, whatever it is that makes you feel like you're just constantly running without getting time to have a breath, pretty much these same tips will apply. This is too hot to drink. Ooh, yep, too hot. So my first tip is to be easy on yourself. Now I know you're all thinking, Emma, we're here to talk about how to be productive, not how to be easy on yourself. And yes, I know, just hang on a minute. I don't force myself to constantly stay productive because it is what I should do. In fact, when I get stuck in that mindset of like, oh, I should be doing this, I tend to be less productive. I force myself to always stay productive because it is what makes me feel good. It is what makes me feel like the happier, brighter me. So tip number one is to keep that goal in mind and not to keep the goal in mind of like, I need to finish this thing, or I need to be productive, or I need to, whatever it is that you think you should be doing. To me, that is not the goal. The goal is to be a healthier me, and so if I take a day or 5 where I don't read or I don't do whatever the little nagging should thing is, then no guilting. No guilting allowed. Tip number 2 is about reading specifically. How I stay reading, how I continue to read in busy times, because we all know in the summer you might read 10 books a month, and then it's Christmas time and there's exams and there's Christmas parties at work, and you don't read any books. I've found that reading specifically is really helpful in like feeling productive. If I finish a book, I feel real good about myself. This is kind of where the be easy on yourself part of all this comes in, because at this time of my life, when I've hardly been home for a week this month, am I going to pick up Haruki Murakami that I've been wanting to read for ages and ages, and I feel the desire to read? No, I'm not, because that book I will not finish at this point in my life. And having that big old book sitting on my nightstand while I'm busy and I don't have time to finish it will just make me feel worse and not feel productive. Sips tea. I forgot to put Mr. Plant over here. So I can't pick up a big kind of endeavor book like that right now. However, if I decide to reread the Narnia books with a friend, hi Maureen, or read some manga, or listen to the Harry Potter audiobooks, those kind of little things that are actually easy to achieve mentally, it helps me be more productive. And then looking back over the course of a month, I've actually read a decent amount of things. This is a good time to talk about the sponsor for this video. This video is being sponsored by Barnes & Noble. Thank you, Barnes & Noble, for sponsoring this video. They sent me the new Nook. Yes, this is my background. They sent me the new Nook 10 tablet for review. Thank you so much because I love it so much. In general, I'm not a big e-reader, but this one sold me 100%. Like, I have been carrying it around with me everywhere since they sent it to me. I literally haven't gone anywhere without it in my backpack. And it has been so helpful in all of this travel time and all this busy time. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why I think it's been so helpful. So one of the things that I have been doing to help myself feel productive and to keep up with reading in this busy time is I have been reading manga, and I have been reading it in digital form. What? I usually do not like reading manga in digital form, but because this screen is so large, I'm tempted to say I like it better than reading physical manga. At least at this point of my life, because I've been traveling, it's not very convenient to carry manga around with me because I finish them so quickly. However, e-versions of manga on this tablet, I've been able to read them on the plane when it's really dark because it's 11 o'clock at night, read in coffee shops and on a train, and I also am able to like answer my emails and everything on this tablet, which for me is really handy because I'm often working on the go. These kind of large panel sections for manga look so beautiful on the new Nook. I love it. I'll show you another manga that I've been reading. It is called To Your Eternity. Look at this. Look how beautiful. It's called To Your Eternity. It is just so pretty to read on this e-reader. It is so convenient for travel. I have been loving the new Nook, and I will leave all the info down below if you want to check it out for yourself. So that is one of my tips, is to, if you want to read ebooks, that is a really helpful way, or audiobooks. I've also been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, and that has been great for travel. Moving on. Tip 3 I'm going to say is organize yourself. Now, this tip may not apply to everyone because I do think that this is particularly a personality thing. I personally am a highly organized person. I love organizing my life and organizing my bookshelves. I'm a perfectionist, and it just helps me feel less stressed. Recently, I got a new planner from Mochi Things. Mochi Things did not sponsor this video. I just love their planner system, and I've never seen anything like it. So, the way that it works is this outside leather thing is just a case. What you buy is these separate notepads. I bought the section note one, the monthly note one, weekly, I think I bought daily, lined, and then grid. And then you place them all together in this little thing, and it holds them as like one giant planner. So then when I go to my planner, I have a space to write like this. Then I flip over one little pad and I have my monthly section. Then I flip over and I have weekly sections. And then I flip over again and I have daily sections. Now the thing that I love about this is that it's not labeled by dates. So if you skip a month, you don't lose any paper. This is really helpful to me because I only planner my life this detailed when I'm really busy. So if I go through a period of time where I'm not really busy, I'm not gonna be using this thing. And with all my planners in the past, that means that then when I go back to use it, I have to skip over entire months of just wasted paper. But with this kind of system, you don't waste any paper because you just fill in what month it is at the beginning of every month, or you fill in what day it is at the beginning of every day. You just use it as needed, and I love that. This has been a lifesaver for me as far as staying productive because I organize my life in this video notes go in here, sponsorship details go in here, every post that I want to do on Instagram, all that kind of thing. And then I just carry my whole life around with me in this little thing. And that means that then if I have some free time in a coffee shop, or if I have some free time before I have to go meet up a friend, I can just kind of do some work wherever I am because everything I need is right here in this planner. It has been so great for me because I do tend to do that. If I have just an extra hour to spend, I'll go sit in Central Park or wherever I am in the world and get some work done little by little. Every little bit matters. So yes, I bought all of this on a sale that went on through November. I think it is over now, but I do think they'll probably run some Christmas sales, so keep your eyes out for that if you would like. Purchase your own Mochi Things planner. Tip number 4 is to take care of your body. Now, your body and your mental state are connected, so if you're not really taking care of your body, your mental state will not feel that well. And I know that it is really tempting when you're busy to just like eat whatever on the go or just not get a lot of sleep. So for me, I have found it helpful to just take at least one little act of self-care a day. For example, last night I was about to go to sleep and I knew that today was going to be a very, very busy day. However, instead of going right to bed, I decided to take 20 extra minutes to do a face mask and watch a Chinese drama. And I 100% believe that it has impacted my mood today. I just feel a little bit more nourished today just from that one little like 15 to 20 minutes of self-care. Again, this is probably personal to each person, so for you, if it is going to sleep an hour early or if it's eating a healthy meal, working out that morning, whatever it is that to you is your form of self-care, one little act of self-love every day makes a big, big difference in being able to stay more productive and keep up with a busy, busy life. Especially when stress is tempting or anxiety. Self-care is so important when you're busy. And tip number 5. Actually, I don't know if I have a tip number 5. Tip number 5 can just be the same as tip number 1. There are different seasons of levels of productivity, so if you go through a time where you are not as productive, that is just life. That is just how life goes. It's best to accept it, do the best with the time that you have, be productive as you can. For example, right now, I'm not posting 3 videos a week because I just literally do not have the time. Do I wish I was posting 3 videos a week? Yes, I do. However, to me right now, productivity looks a little bit different than at a moment where I have more time. I think that I'm able to stay more productive because I prioritize being productive. When I'm busy, I prioritize what makes me feel good so that I can continue being busy and continue working hard. And productivity is one of those things, along with creating, which, like I said, is kind of tied to productivity for me. So I think that's pretty much everything I have to say for this video. If you have any extra questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments and I will be sure to include them in a future video. I hope that this was a little bit helpful. I hope that you are all keeping up with your holiday schedules. I hope you are able to enjoy the beautifulness that is around you this time of year. I love it. Challenging, but I love this time of year so, so much, and I hope that you're able to see the beauty as well. I hope that you're having a lovely day or night or afternoon wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I will see you in my next video.